Hey guys, welcome to this video, which is going to be a Eurofly update, which we haven't done for a while. You may have noticed that Eurofly has been getting a lot of attention recently in the community, which is interesting and very good. Eurofly has always been controversial, and there are a lot of people who have had strong opinions about it in the past. You know, it's been called Eurofake, it's been called various things, you know, ultimately, I think the developer was a bit discouraged by all the negative, feedback. And you know, there's things that everyone could do better. The dev communicating with us is very important as well. But you know, I know his English is not perfect and things like that, so there are other things, and obviously with the pandemic, that that's to be expected. So obviously people want to know what's going on with Eurofly 3. As far as I'm aware, it's the same news that it's being removed from the Delphi code into C#, and that is getting closer. Stefan issued a new task pack and an update on the mailing list over Christmas, so it is getting closer. You can go and read his response. I encourage you to join the Eurofly mailing list if you want to talk about it. And so people will say, well, you know, why did I quit Eurofly, or why do I not play it on this channel anymore? Well, because I built this channel on Eurofly pretty much. That was what I used as a main simulator until I got properly into It's Your Plane. So you'll notice the very first video I did on this channel was with It's Your Plane. Then it was mainly Eurofly, and I kind of went back and forth, but I was still very much learning It's Your Plane at that time and simming, and so Eurofly was still something that we were very excited for, and that was with Eurofly 1, and then we had Eurofly 2 come out, and that was very exciting. And look, I have said it a million times, but I'll go through it one more time. If you go into Eurofly looking for a simulator with realism, you're not going to be pleased. It is a one-man project. It is something that was actually never meant to be a simulator. It was meant to be an atlas. If you go on the main menu, there's an option called Walking Through Map. That's what Eurofly was supposed to be back in the day. I've been around in this community a very long time, put it that way. Well, you know, long enough, a good few years, and I've seen probably one of the, well, if not the most exciting period for us in flight sim, because we've had Eurofly, we've had TFM revolutionize simming, you know, to go from It's Your Plane to Tramp, now to TFM, things like that. So Eurofly back in the day was supposed to be an atlas, and it was turned into a flight simulator as a last kind of, you know, a bit of a feature request at the last, and then it was kind of just developed from there, but it was never meant to be a flight simulator initially. So it isn't a simulator, we know that. As I say, if you go into it expecting that, you will be disappointed. What it is a game that is good for new people to learn aviation. It is good for having a bit of fun. It is free, which is important. And you don't know how many people have approached me and said, you know, I'm in Eurofly, I might want to get into simming with FSX or P3D, should I do it? And you know, I've said to them, a lot of people would expect me to say, yeah, go and get into simming. Well, there's a lot of considerations. How much time do you have? How much money do you have? to invest? How much do you want to be realistic in everything that you do? How much space do you have? How good a PC do you have? You know, etc., etc. So um, that's why there've been dramas around Eurofly and people saying things which they haven't recently, and I very much hope that the community has come around to accepting what we've been saying about Eurofly for years, because I'm a moderator on the Eurofly mailing list, right? I have been since about 2018 or something like that, 2019, I can't remember. But there have been more occasions than I can remember to list here that I have had to remind people or remove people because of them talking crap about Eurofly. I don't play Eurofly at the moment because I enjoy simming with more realism, because I've invested a lot of money and time into that. When Eurofly 3 comes out, I'm going to take a look at it. Hell, I might even boot Eurofly 2 up every now and again and just mess around with it. Do a little flight here and there, you know, whatever. Like, I don't think people understand quite how much effort was put into Eurofly. I mean, if you look at the mods package that I put together and the work that Josh did and things like that, it amazes me that people then come out and say, oh, Eurofly's crap, Euro fake, blah blah blah. The mods really improve it, and the amount of time it took to create those mods should at least give people pause before saying things like that, because you know they are a lot of effort was put into those, and I personally think I took Eurofly as far as I could. I made audio modifications, new aircraft audio, new strings. People had made task translations, new mission packs. Eurofly has gone, you know, even with modifications, a long way. The community's kept it alive. So yeah, I don't play Eurofly, but I don't go on the list and start trash talking it, the Eurofly mailing list or anything like that. You know, it's none of my business what people want to play simulation wise. And more importantly, Eurofly isn't a bad bit of software. And I've known the developer Stefan for a good while. We have discussed how it could be made better. And to be perfectly honest with you, if Eurofly were to just have a few maybe ATC tweaks, a good few, you know, system tweaks, flight model tweaks, and maybe some airport layout tweaks. That's 4 things right there. If they could be worked into Eurofly 3, and by all intents and purposes, from what I know, they are being looked at, you've got yourself something pretty good. Eurofly is never going to become a simulator like P3D or FSX, because they are multi-billion-dollar company corporations with so much more resources available to them. But Eurofly can provide a starter package, and it can be a platform for people to get into simming, and that's something that it has a unique market over, because there is nothing like that out there that provides that starter platform. And if we are going to grow the community, and this, you know, this is why I've never, you know, gone after Eurofly, calling it Eurofake, and it's you know, terrible, and it doesn't do this and it doesn't do that. If we are going to attract people to the community and get them into simming, because for me, simming, some people will say, well, why do you want realism? Why do you try and do all this simming stuff and you know, like, spend all this money and time? Well, because it's a hobby, and because I enjoy doing it, and because I enjoy learning new things. And there's a lot of things that make the FSX and P3D have, like VATSIM and community stuff, that Eurofly will probably never have. You know, Eurofly is not going to be going on VATSIM anytime soon. But you know, it doesn't matter because it offers an introduction to aviation, and for many people, it can be the difference because if you dive headfirst into simming, it does not tend to work out unless you are very technologically on it, basically, unless you know what you're doing with a PC. Um, you know, you almost have to. I saw this the other day, and it's kind of true. Well, it's a little bit of an over exaggeration, but you almost have to have an IT degree or like an IT, go on an IT course to do flight simming because you're going to have issues. I've spent hours with people helping with sim stuff, trying to get stuff sorted out. It can be a pain. And then you got to learn all the stuff. It's difficult. And many people have just dropped out because they couldn't deal with it. So if you're an average user, if you start on Eurofly, and I gotta say, pretty much everyone I know in the simming community at some point has tried Eurofly, and a lot of people started out on Eurofly. If you try that, then you are much more likely to try it for a good few months or even years and then say, I want to go further. Because that's what I did. I took Eurofly as far as I could. And then I said, hang on a minute, yeah, I want to go and try something more realistic here. I want to go and try and learn new things. That's how I got into it. If I just jumped straight into simming, I don't think I would have got nearly as far. So by all means, give constructive criticism. I would give constructive criticism. I could, give a list of things that Eurofly doesn't do well and could improve on. And as I say, it is not a simulator, but it has its strengths. Stefan's coded something unique. It's a good project with a lot of room to grow. And without it, I don't think we would have many people, or as many people, in the community at all. And so it's important we don't knock Eurofly, and we do pay it some attention. And we don't have these problems where whenever someone's playing Eurofly, or whenever I play Eurofly, or something like that, people come in and say, "Oh, why are you playing Eurofly?" Because it is about the community. The whole thing, people don't realize how much our hobby revolves around having a community and having interaction and having this sharing of information. But without something like Eurofly, a lot of that would be gone because people would not have learned about flight sim. My channel would not exist. I probably wouldn't be doing this. A lot of people probably wouldn't be doing this. And so the community would not be in the state it is today. So, don't knock the way that we got here, even if, you have constructive criticism. So, that's my kind of final update on Eurofly. I don't know if I'll play Eurofly 2 in the future. Just like as a little every now and again fun stream, maybe get some friends and do a little flight together on it. Certainly when Eurofly 3 comes out, we will take a look. As I say, my content on here will always be majority FSX or P3D and that kind of stuff because it's more advanced and it's what I enjoy doing. But there is the potential for Eurofly. So I hope you all enjoyed and that it cleared a few things up with what's been going on with this whole Eurofly thing. And have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.